welcome back to Recovery to Rodeo. This is a series on Harper, the little Palomino mare you see here, and her coming back from an old injury to get her back to where she was when we left off. So this was April 7th, and we went to a jackpot in El Paso. We had kind of a weird first barrel. Second barrel was pretty good, and her third barrel was pretty nice too. Besides the first, it was a pretty good run. As you can see, it was chilly that night, and she started bucking on the way out. Not ideal, that kind of hurt, but whatever. Then this was April 16th. This is just me warming up. I try my best to warm up away from everybody else if I can, because overall it just helps with my horse to stay concentrated on me. And it also helps me to stay concentrated and tuned in to my horse at all times. So same thing happened on the first barrel. This is a little thing we had to get over, is the stopping at the first barrel. Just didn't have enough forward motion going into it. Same thing kind of happened on the second barrel. And the third barrel was alright. It could have been better. I ride really defensively on her sometimes, or I used to, because she gets so close to the barrels, and I just have to keep in mind she's not going to hit them on purpose. And then this was at Coal Hill. This is a professional video from Shelby Phillips Photography. First barrel was a lot better, and then the second barrel we pretty much stopped at it again, which took a lot of our time off. And even with this kind of ugly run, we still won the youth, so that was super cool. And that was our first time trying Lasix on her. And then this is in Hector, Arkansas. Pretty good first barrel, and I'm riding really good until I quit kicking, and so we kind of had a weird second barrel, and then we kind of came in wide to the third barrel. And it was a pretty good run. And then this is just one of the days I was just chilling out and riding, and then a few days later I was out there after her ride. I put on the Sports Vibe massage blanket. We bought it from one of our friends. I don't think they make these anymore, but they have little bars that vibrate to massage them. You can see here she's so relaxed. She's trying to eat the wood, and then she's sleeping because she loved it. And then this next race was on April 30th, and this was like one of our best runs that we had coming back. I felt like everything finally clicked again. And she actually won a check at the top of the 2D, and I think she won a check in the 1D youth, if I'm not wrong. I don't really know, honestly. But she did really good, and she did win a little money in the 2D, I know that. Then there's all my checks from that night. I won 5 checks in total, which is crazy. Now, this is the run that kind of made everything fall apart again. As y'all can tell, she's still in her hackamore that we've been running her in, but I was talking about it on the way home, and my brother used to barrel race. He ropes now, and he was like, you need to put a bit on her. Like, I ran her in a hackamore for a long time, but I feel like I just can't get away with it any longer, and not the happiest run of mine. And then we switched her to some type of junior cow horse bit, and this was such a pretty run. Like, I felt like I had so much more control, and this was just a little jackpot, so it was good to try something new, and she did so good in it. I felt like I could really move her shoulders more than I could, and that's like her fastest time in this pen. And then it falls apart again. This is part of having babies. First barrel, excuse the finger on the way. The first barrel, super good. Kind of have a struggle getting over to the second, and then here just gets pissed off. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure the bit kind of just hit her the wrong way, and I thought my third barrel fell, so I kind of gave up on that. It didn't fall, and I still somehow want to check. I don't know. Don't ask me. But it was alright. And then we went to another jackpot in El Paso. Much better first. Then I could not get her over for the second for the life of me, and so we kind of had to stop there. And the third barrel was pretty decent. Not what we wanted. We're still trying to figure each other out. Still 16.6, which is a pretty decent time. Next up, we hit another jackpot in Russellville, and Harper actually, whenever she was a lot younger, we ran her here a lot, so this is kind of her home pen. Not the best first barrel, and she's super ratty, and I quit kicking, so we had kind of a bad second. And third barrel was super pretty though, and it was a super nice run. Just overall, like, it was pretty solid. 16.420, and it was a pretty good time for that pen. Then we decided to head last minute to West Monroe, Louisiana for the Crawfish Craze 40 barrel race. And we decided to only run Saturday and Sunday. So we got there Friday night, and then I kind of went out and rode bareback around for a little bit to get their legs stretched. And then this is our first run. And this is another part where this was not our best race for me and Harper. But, you know, it is what it is, and sometimes things just don't go your way, and you have to figure it out. So the first day, I gave her some grace because, as you can tell, her shoulder was floating out, and we completely missed the first barrel by, like, a lot. And then second barrel, no, not good. And then third barrel, I think, was alright from what I remember, but not really. Just not the fastest, not what we wanted. She was running hard though, so I can't really be mad about it. A 17 is not good for that arena though. And then same thing the next day. Drifted out a little bit less wide, and then I could barely get her over for the second. Second barrel was kind of terrible. And then I think the third barrel was kind of terrible too. Yeah, not our best. Not our best runs in general. And I was really mad about it, so we went back to the drawing board. We literally came home, let the horses out, and then the next day we had to go to Arkansas Elite, which is in Texarkana this year. It used to be in Fort Smith, Arkansas, but it's in Texarkana this year at the Four States Fairgrounds. And we got there on Monday, so we got there pretty early and helped everybody set up banners and everything, and then I worked exhibitions. And I did exhibition Harper in a new bit. It was called the 50-50 bit. It's kind of a bit that some ropers use, and it just helps her a lot with shoulder control, which will hopefully help her first barrel. This was the next day on Tuesday, and I was feeding everybody, and Lizzo was very much looking forward to her food. And Harper was laying down that morning. She was very sleepy from the long drive. Now, this was the first day we ran. I didn't have exhibitions videoed. So, first run, missed the first because I did not check my horse, but I'm super proud of how that bit worked out for us. It's not always ideal to change a bit right before a pretty big show, which Elite is a pretty big show. Not always ideal, but it did work out in our favor. Also, I'm going to show you all the Insta360 hat camera footage, and I'm going to let y'all listen to that without me yapping in the background. Easy. Let's go have fun. Hey, Mama, are you ready? You ready? Easy. It's fun, that first barrel. That first comes up fast, huh, girl? Good girl. Good man. Alright, now this is the night after round 2. My Insta360 fell off my hat in round 2, So I got distracted in my run, so I'm not showing that video for my own ego's purposes, honestly, because I was very embarrassed after that, and yeah, just not fun. And I mean, it was a decent time, and Harper made it back to finals with our round 2 run, so I guess I can't be too mad. But yeah, this is the night after round 2, and then this is the next day. We had one off day, or like a few off days, and then it was finals. So Harper was napping the next night so that we were going to get her up to go let her stretch her legs, and me and my friend were just laughing at her because she was sleeping right whenever we needed to go stretch her legs. She was ready to lay down for the night, and as y'all can tell by that face, she wasn't impressed. Finals run was pretty good. Harleigh's finals run was not what we wanted, but Harper's finals run was super good, super pretty, and it was actually, I think, a 15.9, which is about a second off of the winning time. I think a 14.8 maybe won it, so not too terrible, and the fit absolutely was gorgeous. And then we headed home, and as y'all can see, I was just admiring this beautiful view. I hate bridges, but this bridge is really pretty, so I had to video it for the drive home. And then I think we had a week at home, and then we loaded up again. We've been traveling a lot. We went to the Heart of Oklahoma Expo Center, and this was in Shawnee, Oklahoma for bonus race finals. I had qualified last year with Carnival of Cans in Carthage, and we got the horses all settled. This was a whole new setup. We literally didn't know what this race was until we got there, and we did not buy a tack stall, so we had to haul tack back and forth every time I wanted to ride, which was kind of annoying, but we got used to it by the end of it. Makes you be thankful for having a tack stall. Lizzo was covered in alfalfa, and yeah, this was the next morning. I forget what days I ran, but yeah, that was the next morning. And then this is Harper's first run, brand new arena. She didn't spook at anything, which sometimes she can be spooky. And then second barrel, super pretty, and I think she kind of saw a ghost behind the third barrel. You can kind of see her ears flip up, but super good run. That's a big pattern. Like, I know it doesn't look like it, but it's a pretty big pattern whenever you're actually in that. And then that was that night, just a beautiful sunset. The next morning, we were cleaning out stalls, and we were supposed to walk Harper. This is one of my trainer's like little niece, and then this was that day. Super nice run on Harper. She looked so smooth, so fluid. Got a little rady at the third because she saw something behind it again, but seriously, she was hauling butt, and I'm super proud of that because sometimes she'll stop before the timer. 16.1, pretty good for that arena. And then we headed home, and then I think we were home for another week, and then we went to All-American. Stark contrast on the weather there. And this was my first run at All-American. Pretty smooth. I was really proud of Harper. Like I said, these are a lot of new arenas, and she's only 7 this year. And so this is super good because she's pretty green mentally. So this is super cool that she's seen all these new arenas. Obviously, I pet her. And then my mom was hosing Harper down with the Cool and Clean for me. And then this was round 2 the next day. And we were all out in the purple. These are like brand new purple boots. Good first barrel, really smooth. And then second barrel was pretty good. Loved that. She kind of got stuck in a rut there. And then third barrel, super pretty as usual. And my over-under was not long at all. So I struggled to hit her with it. But a 16.0, pretty consistent for her. And then it was finals day. I am very socially awkward, if y'all cannot tell. I looked terrible in that photo, if you couldn't guess. But anyway, this was Harper's finals run. Lizzo's finals run and Harleigh's finals run did not go how I wanted. And Harper's finals run was the only clean one I had. Very pretty run. I love white on her. Just makes her mane and tail stand out so much. Just a super pretty run. She was running really hard, but sadly it didn't place anywhere because everything got faster. This was not too long after we had gotten a light and we hadn't used it. It was so wet until now. And that was me riding Harleigh around and just yapping to the camera, so I thought I'd show y'all that. This was at a children's hospital benefit rodeo in Atkins, Arkansas. I decided to take Harper because she's pretty steady-footed, and it was pretty muddy. I know y'all can't really tell on camera, but it was pretty muddy. And I think we won like 5th. We didn't win any money, but I'm pretty sure we won 4th or 5th because they only paid out 3 spots, and that was a brand new shirt I had worn, so apparently it has good luck on it. And then we were traveling home after that, just kind of aesthetic with the hat on the dashboard, so super cool. And this is July 6th, and this was just me walking back after riding. And then this was July 10th at one of the next series races at Russellville. Super pretty run, very, very cool run. I really liked this one. She hustled like exactly how I wanted her to in general, so super pretty run. 16.3, her fastest was 16.333, so, and we want Harper won 1 check and Harleigh won 2. Y'all can see my runs on my shorts tab. This run, we almost won the jackpot. Harper ran a 15.4, super tight second, by the way. 15.4 is what she ran, and we got outran with a 15.0. It was a super good run, by the way, but Harper was leading it for a long time. Harper was leading it, and I was so proud of her. So yeah, Youth 1D first and Open 1D second, and then Open 2D second was Harleigh, pretty sure. And then this was us heading to an El Paso jackpot. First barrel, she tripped in a rut right there, as y'all can see. And then here, I grabbed her mane, and I accidentally pulled on the bit trying to get my hand out of her mane. So I kind of just quit riding for some reason. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. 16.6, and she still won money because I swear this horse is like so lucky. She's always winning money. This is at Russellville for another one of the series races. Pretty good first barrel. And then second, we kind of got a little bit short, not really what I would prefer, and so I really had to hustle her up in there to the third barrel. Super good run though, and super proud of her. And she ran a 16.0, which is a new PR for her. And Harper won 1 check, and Harleigh won 2. And then this is Harper. She was pinning her ears at Buck for some reason. She really likes Buck, so I don't really know why, but she was. She did not like him at all. And then this is our last run to show for this vlog. Another one of the series races. This is the 3rd series race, and got a little short to the second barrel, and then I'm just dropping my hip. Y'all can see that one, how I'm dropping my inside hip, and so it's making her think she has to turn. But it's still a decent time, 16.1, but it would have been a lot faster if I would have kept kicking and kept riding. Harper won 1 check, Lizzo won a check, and Harleigh won a check. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I'm sorry this took forever, but I hope y'all can be happy because I have compensated by making a longer vlog for y'all and making sure to catch y'all up on all of Harper's runs. Be prepared. Alright, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.